Hello, this is Andrea St. Amand. This video is just a little bit more about me and my background and how I arrived where I am today. So I'm one of those kids who never grew out of seeing their imaginary friends. So to me, when I was little, I always could see probably what I now know to be as my spirit guides or my ancestors who had passed away. I could always see them in my room or in my closet, and they never really scared me. And I never grew out of that. I never lost that contact with the spirit world, really, or really that belief that there really are other worlds among us, and the spirit world is alive and well and thoroughly fully exist. Now that said, I did go through life being a normal person. First, my first career, I was a ballet dancer. I worked professionally with several companies. I also have a lifelong love of ghost stories and Gothic stories. So when I quit dancing, I didn't really know what else to do with myself. I went to college a little bit later in life. I went to the College of Charleston here in Charleston, South Carolina, and I majored in literature because I love to read and write. And I specialized in Gothic literature. So coming out of college, what's a girl who loves ghost stories and is a ballet dancer? Like, what are you supposed to do with that? I went to law school because that was the next logical route. I went to law school. I actually went to the University of Chicago, practiced law back here in Charleston for 10 years at a really big law firm. I was a business litigator and I did white collar crime. So I really know business inside and out, and specifically upside and down, because litigation is all disputes. I got to a point, I did make partner, and I got to a point there where my anxiety was through the roof. And that wasn't really about the practice of law, because I had a wonderful firm. I had a wonderful team. I had great clients. I kind of had all those boxes checked. So why wasn't I happy? My anxiety was through the roof because I wasn't doing what I was meant to do. It's like it was time for me to move on and get back to my more creative roots. So I stopped practicing law with the wonderful support of my husband. And I thought I was going to be a novelist. I thought I was going to write ghost stories. Well, it turns out that didn't pan out. I couldn't get anything published. But I became a tour guide so I could tell ghost stories. I could get into the graveyards here at night in Charleston, and I could get into the Old City Jail. I fell in love with the Old City Jail. So I became a tour guide literally so I could be in the jail morning, noon, and night. If you have not looked up the Old City Jail, please do so. The jail actually was a very beautiful classroom for me. It wasn't like a place with a lot of cells. All the metalwork had been taken out long ago. So it was a place where I could spend time and really work through fear and understand the different energy of a building versus spirit communication versus just what was in my own head that I was making up. So I spent a lot of time in there, day in, day out, so I could really understand sort of myself a little bit better. And then along those times, my teachers appeared. I'd spent many years looking for grounded, evidence-based psychic teachers and mediumship teachers, and I just couldn't find anybody that I really felt connected to. But once I had done my own self-work and got myself ready, the teachers were there. And then everything just really took off. So one of the biggest misconceptions that I will say about this industry, the spirit world, the spirit work, is that you just kind of wake up being evidence-based and you're ready to go and off and running you are. That's not the case. You have to do like 95% of this work is self-work, and you have to do constant training on yourself, on your getting your brain in the right space so you can get out of the way and deliver information best for the client. So I'm constantly learning and developing, and I hope I think all of my colleagues are as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Oh, one more thing I should say. I normally have my Dracula book right here. I have my Bram Stoker bauble over there. I am a Dracula expert. So I do a lot of work with the novel Dracula. I actually do presentations with Dacre Stoker, who is the great grandnephew of Bram Stoker, and specifically how historically spiritualism and the occult came into creating the world's most famous and I think the most perfect monster ever created. I think there's a lot we can learn about life and humanity and our own selves through working with Gothic monsters, particularly like Dracula. So that's just a little funsy thing about me. I also love pets. So I do get a lot of animals who drop in mediumship readings. I don't do pet communication with pets who are still alive. I just don't, it's not my area of expertise just yet. But I do a lot of work with pets who've passed away. So some people schedule a pets only mediumship reading. So I've talked with horses, dogs, cats. A gecko came in once. A snake has come in spirit. So it's all pretty amazing, miraculous stuff. So hope this video has helped you learn a little bit more about me, and I hope to see you in a reading at some point.